where only the Gators get out alive. Today, a couple of SEC teams get ready to square off in what ought to be an old-fashioned slobber knocker. As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Oklahoma Sooners taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Sooners will put total leather and we'll get started. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. A first down for the offense. They go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. The give to the single back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move.
Man, you talk all week about setting the tone, quieting this crowd. Don't let him get involved. You know how you do that? Get a sack and force a punt on the first possession of the football game. That's a heck of a start for this defense.
The Gators will punt it away on fourth down. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Leaves it with the back. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll go right back to him. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on third and short from the 49. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. The Sooners pick up the first down.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play I think that was a nice call.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. From the gun, the running back has it. Crosses the 30, he's got away. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Really nice run. This guy brings balance to this offense. It's not all high-flying aerial passing attack, too. You go back to Adrian Peterson, DeMarco Murray, Samaje Perine. They've always had guys in these spread-up tempo offenses that have been able to give them balance and force the defense to stay honest. That's exactly what this guy brings the Sooner offense.
And the Sooners look to keep this drive humming. From the gun, running back gets to give. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with a pickup of 4.
Nice run there on first down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Feeling some heat. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
He has been terrorizing quarterbacks all year long. That now his 10th sack of the season. He's got speed. He's got power. He's going to play on Sundays. And he is not cooperating with this offense's game plan.
Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes his connection. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Timeout, Oklahoma. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He leaves it with his back. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Second and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Powers forward. He steps and powers and works his way, and they finally get him down at the 2.
stuff there, Jesse, on second down. This little third to mid-range. You got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. Trying to barge their way in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll bring it out. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Man, that linebacker timed that play so well. I'm surprised the running back even held on to the football. They're lucky that was only a tackle for loss.
The give to the tailback. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Reels it in as he goes out of bounds on the right side for a huge play. First down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. The sweet feet buy a little time. Finds his big tight end. All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks, it's first down. Really good patience and recognition, and how about the tight end just finding a hole and settling and waiting until the quarterback saw it.
And the play completely changes. Once my QB gets outside the pocket, I got to see it, and I got to start working towards him, or if I'm near him, working away. Nice job being on the same page, getting the first down.
Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Trying to slam in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Gator. Ready to try the point after. Smashes it through for the PAT. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Had the pick in his hands and couldn't hang on, and you just won't see that from him very often. It'll be third down.
Oh, and on defense, you just got to be able to finish that play. That defender had the football in his hands. He's just got to catch it. That should have been an interception.
Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Oh, what a grab by the defense.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive...
Makes the grab at the 10. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room.
Touchdown! The quarterback sneak pays off as he gets it across the goal line. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Sooner offense returns to the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O's. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
I know it was incomplete. I'm okay with it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
They'll leave it with him. at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. Mr. Two-Bits would be proud the Gators standing up and hollering for a first down.
How does that cheer go?
Well, first you have to have the yellow shirt and the striped tie and go 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1, all for the Gators. Stand up and holler. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. From the gun to give, looking for room. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. They'll run it from the gun. Makes his man miss. Got it inside the 30 before he's finally pulled down at the 25. It's a gain of 6.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Looking for space. It's Knight. The Gators will keep this drive going.
And that's a great sign for this offense because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency, and I think the biggest problem has been 3rd down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the first, and keeping this drive alive.
He'll pull it on the read. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
Into the end zone, and he's got it! Touchdown, Florida! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They marched 56 yards to the end zone, and they closed the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. Quarterback strolling away from heat. He'll let it go down the right side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. It is a valuable tool to have a quarterback that can extend a play like that. But sometimes you're smart to be check down Charlie and just take something easy and not invite disaster.
Because when you roll out, you're rolling out, you're cutting the field in half, right? The defense starts to run from one side to where you're rolling out to. The field kind of shrinks and it kind of becomes a a little bit of backyard ball, and you can tell.
And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. The Sooners will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, Golden.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Off the RPO, complete. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Things look great with that field position a few plays ago, but now it's 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. He'll need to strike this one cleanly from 48 yards out. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Oklahoma State is just boat racing them right now, thanks to an offense that's putting up video game numbers. They're up by 17 over the Royals. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up,
lofts one high and deep. And he makes the catch inside the 25. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Handoff to the single running back. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Looking to move it through the air. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. And the Gators want to crank the tempo. From the gun, the running back looking for room. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. The Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. Going up top on first down. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. That is no good. After the miss, still an 11-point game, guys. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Gators will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. The returner will field it and bring it back. He had visions of glory on that return, but he'll step out of bounds at the 29. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think then if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime, you riled yourselves up, and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
From the gun, give on the inside. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Pulls it in at the 25. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Finds a tight end. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him too?
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys, but that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. They'll go to the ground. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. They've got it at the 41, third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure, it's a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Gators getting set on 1st and 10. Fast motion from the offense. Handoff to the lone back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
The give to the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Gators have this offense rolling. Give to the running back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Unleashes one deep. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Gators! How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open, and he's able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. looking to throw. Gets rid of it. And the freshman just threw it behind him that time.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. And they can't make the play on third down.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on third, now setting up fourth down.
You want to talk about aggressive or nuts? This offense is staying on the field inside their own 30. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Finds his man, and they convert. And he goes down right there, but a solid pickup, and it'll be a first down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Really need positive yards on second down after the incompletion. They'll snap it from the 44. It's complete to the right. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Fires to the big fella. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle short of the stick setting up fourth down.
No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Here we go with the run on fourth down. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
4th and 1, I got to know my situation. I got to know I can't mess around as a running back. I got to get through the hole, make the first down. No matter what, if I got to run somebody over, I'm running straight downhill, straight for those sticks, making sure I get that first down.
The Sooners have their offense in high gear. Wants to throw on first down. He'll take a shot. He snares it in the end zone. Touch. Sooners.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when they're throwing into the field because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Fair catch, called for and made. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to...
And that pass intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
Really nice Nice drive by this offense. This is a top 10 defense. This is a challenge. They're going to make everything difficult. So when you can make some plays against this defense, you got to absolutely take advantage, create some momentum for your squad. Nice drive by this offense.
They're going to go ahead and go for two here and try to make it a field goal game. Looking to take the boot in for the two. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Offense set on first down. They'll try the run. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
On second down, they'll take to the air. Wide open downfield. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Running it to the right. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wide out in motion. Off the play fake. Fires to the wideout. He makes a catch. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, 1st and goal.
And listen, I'm going to move this guy. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Florida.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. Fielded in the end zone. It's Page. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. From the gun, they'll try the middle. At the 20, he's got space. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Trying to find his man on first down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Just couldn't stay off the quarterback, and that roughing the passer call has them set up with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Pocket starts to collapse. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots, you read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Snagged in the middle, it's Jimenez. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
And on the heels of that last big play now, you'd love to keep the momentum going and score quick. How about staying aggressive? Try to throw this thing into the end zone. You need to get the ball back, and you need to save as much time as you can.
The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45. He's going to pass. Ball in the air, intercepted. He'll try to take it back. Past the 10. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Gators. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Yeah, and that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
He'll bring it back looking for help. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is...
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Man, this defense did a perfect job understanding the situation. You know you got the lead. You know they're going to be passing. And you come after the quarterback, get the big hit. You get pressure on the quarterback, good things happen, and they make the big INT.
The pull and throw off the RPO. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. A 1st down run in the red zone. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football. With the lead late in the game, if we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew.
Touchdown, Florida! And the route is on. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start. And he tacks on the extra point. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a run.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
That last completion sets him up on second down. He's looking to throw. Quarterback extends the play. He throws back to the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Out of the backfield, he's open. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Here as he throws, that ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Man, as a defense, you're like, oh, they're going to draw us offside. They're going to draw us offside. They're not going to go for it. They go for it, and you get the big stop. You've set your offense up. You've turned the momentum. This defense should be feeling really good about themselves.
Unloads it left. He makes a grab. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense.
Touchdown, Gator! And the pummeling has started. Things a little more comfortable after that score and much, much closer to a win here in Week 5.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Sooner offense returns to the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Give to the back. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
Well, it's a good time to mix in the run play. You're down, it's late in the fourth quarter right now, and everyone's expecting you to throw, so not a lot of defenders in the box. So that's a great situation to try to run the ball.
With the catch, it's McGooligan. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. They might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run, now they hit him with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I want to put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now. If you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, you're going to have time to throw.
They'll go to the toss. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back, you better block the defensive end. That's priority number one. Good job blocking the defensive end, getting a nice positive game on the toss play.
And the Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. At the 40, there he goes. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
I tell you what, they're down, but they're not out with this guy. They keep feeding him. He keeps having success on the ground. Maybe I use this now to catapult, use some play action, make some bigger plays down the field. But the run game has not been the problem today.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And the runner is down, and so is a flag. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Right back to him on the ground. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Power football with the run. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, it was not a good day. And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
He is stopped short on the line to gain. The 4th down try goes awry, and that might just do it. The offense set for a 1st down play. And they'll take a knee on 4th down, happy with their performance so far, and they'll turn it over in the waning moments. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Going to the running game. Still running at the 40. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. He's racked up 92 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their